guys very much. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Family, friends, I'd like to begin the service with the recitation of Psalm 121. Shir lama'alot esayinai el heharim ma'ayin yavo ezri. I turn my eyes to the mountains. From where will my help come? My help comes from Adonai, maker of heaven and earth. Adonai will not let your foot give way. Your guardian will not slumber. The guardian of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. God is your protection, a guardian at your right hand. By day the sun will not strike you, nor the moon by night. Adonai will guard you from all harm and guard your life. Adonai guards your going and your coming, now and forever. Family, friends, we're here to remember the life of Lynn Janice Boyer and to accompany her to her final resting place. Lynn's Hebrew name was Libby Yehudit, and the daughter of Mordechai. And it's always appropriate at times like this to offer words of hesped, words of memories, to share a story, or to eulogize somebody as well. And I know that it would mean a lot to Lisa and to the family. And I'm going to open up the microphone if anybody feels comfortable to please come forward to share a little story, a little anecdote, after which we'll invite everybody to complete the burial. So please, I'm going to ask anybody if they would like to come on up and to share something with the family about Lynn. Please, sir. Please introduce yourselves.
Thank you so very much, sir. My name is Calvin Butler, and dear Lynn was a very good neighbor for many, many years. How many times I was invited to her home for dinner, and her daughter and her two grandsons were very, very dear friends, and I'm so saddened, but thankful that I was here to be able to say goodbye. May you rest in peace, dear. Thank you.
I didn't really plan on this. I said I didn't want to do a eulogy or anything.
Stand in front of the microphone.
So I think I'm Brian Taylor, and it's wonderful to see all of you. Even you, Beth. One time was invited to one of the spaghetti carbonara, famous for that. It's good too. Yeah, good food. That's how I like food. You come to Lynn's house and the first thing you saw was this wonderful smile when she opened the door. Hi, how are you? Come on in. You felt like you were at the palace. You know? Oh, that's really nice. And the house was just Lynn. It was black and white and beautiful, and just done to the last detail. And that was Lynn. She was detailed. It was beautiful, every detail about what she did and how she did it. Whether you were a part of the industry, which is, iconic in the industry, in the Canadian fashion industry, and I mean that from so many years, from so many people that have known her and have, done well because of her acumen for business, and understanding of fashion, and those that just loved to see what she looked like because she was an icon. You know, Lynn Boyer. Yes. But back to the story of going to her house for dinner. There was Nancy, and that was a friend of mine and Lynn's and Michael's. And Nancy thought she would help Lynn out with dinner. Well, she didn't know that Lynn had storage places that were unusual. And so Nancy flipped the oven on, thought she'd help Lynn, warm it. Because Lynn always prepared stuff the night before. Obviously not going to go in for it. But the story is really simple. Nancy turned the oven on, and Lynn's going, "Did you turn the oven on, Lynn?" Or Nancy, and Nancy goes, "Well, of course I did." She says, "Oh my God." There was papers in the oven. There was like books and fashion magazines and everything had been stored in the oven. And Nancy, of course, didn't know that, but, you know, it was like Lynn was mortified because the house was full of smoke, and, you know, it kind of like, and everybody said, "Well, don't worry, we still look around and see everything's still perfect, and we still just chill." You know, it was pretty funny. That rarely ever happened, because everything was usually like so fine-tuned. It wasn't catered, but she was a caterer, and it was a wonderful party and a wonderful celebration. She loved people. She loved her grandchildren, and she loved her daughter, and I was a witness to that on many occasions. I saw them love her back, which is today very beautiful. And Lisa, you were to be commended for what you did for your mom, and I saw it happen on so many occasions. And you know, good for you. That was true love. And I'm from a family of 6 boys, and you know, we're always kind of tough on the outside, these boys, but our mothers are our mothers, and we break down and cry. And, you know, something goes wrong or whatever. At least it was just in there, like Lynn would be, you know? Same DNA, almost, you know, that just a different aspect to it. And I saw friends come and go to visit Lynn, and I saw Lynn towards almost the very end, where she was still able to, I think I can say this, flip me the bird, because I told her I was going to sing at the funeral, and she went like this to me. But I mean, it really comes down to the fact that she was a person that none of us will ever forget. And in so many things in my career as a fashion designer, she helped me, and I thank you for that, Minnie. And here's to you. A wonderful person, and a great friend, and that's it. Thank you very much. Sure, David, please.
I too wasn't planning to speak today. Voice. Next time we're going to voice back. I wanted to honor Lynn and remember Lynn as I have for the last number of days. And what I found fascinating and wonderful is that Lynn was an icon, not only in our business, but to all of us. She let us be alive. She let us enjoy life. She taught us charm, dignity, passion, kindness, and love. Since the first time I met Lynn at my place, at a party where she introduced herself as a close mutual friend's mother, which of course is not the case. She also became my mother at the time. We quickly stopped that, you know. We became sister and brother, much better. And I learned so much from knowing Lynn and hanging out with Lynn and enjoying life with Lynn. I am honored and proud to say that I was so close to her and that she was part of my life. I don't think any of us will ever forget the love and the dignity and the glamour that Lynn brought to our lives. I think that, you know, given her zest for life, I think that we must all learn to enjoy every second. I remember Lynn would tell us, live, man, you can afford the wine glasses at $150 a piece. Even when she didn't. It didn't matter, and it doesn't matter. We all must remember what she taught us. live life, be kind to others, have empathy, have sympathy, and most of all, love the people around you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Robin. This is really hard for me because my biggest fear in life is public speaking. So I've known Lynn for over 50 years. My father and Lynn were a couple once upon a time. We lived upstairs, Lynn lived downstairs. I think Lisa lived downstairs. When Lynn worked at Skirt and Sweater down in Wellington, and she was also a buyer from the Bay. I used to always drop in and visit her. On one of her buying trips, I think I was babysitting with Lisa, and decided Lisa should, she always had a hard time with her hair. It was very frizzy when they put it in cute little pigtails, but I decided it was time for Lisa to have her first haircut. And Lynn came home and found Lisa with a cute little afro. I don't think she ever forgave me for that one. And then there was a time, Linny, when I got my driver's license. Yes, I turned 16 and I had my license until, I don't even think it was my full permit, it was my learner's. And then he gave me her blue Volkswagen to take out somewhere for a spin. And lo and behold, I went in the garage, threw it in reverse, and that was the end of Lynn's blue Volkswagen. So thank you for that. Lynn made me aware of one thing in particular in life, and that was manners. She was always correcting me on my manners, and whenever I'd go and visit her, I always walked out with a beautiful fashion find like the photo I'm wearing, so thank you. And she'll always be someone I cherish and love. She was like a second mother to me, and I'm glad we maintained our friendship over about 50 years, and that I got to see you recently, and I love you.
Hello everyone, I'm Lise Bernard, and Lynn has been a supporter of my brand for longer than I can remember, and she certainly taught me perseverance and dedication, and more important, loyalty towards the people that fed her, all her customers that really she cherished and remember every single detail of it. Every one of them was precious, and she always fought for them, you know, towards the head office. But she was such an inspiration, because even when I didn't believe I should go on in my career, she believed it more than me, and she kept me on track all the time, and she kept me focused and gave me the self-confidence that a percentage of what she had, because she certainly had a lot of self-confidence. And over the year, I've been with her when her children were born, and she's seen mine being born, and it's a long life story. But I don't think I could have done it without her, because I wanted to quit so often. But when we think of her desire for life and her laughter and everything, she turned it into a laugh. It was never a drama. And if it was a drama, it turned into a beautiful movie. She was just such an exceptional woman. Her flair for fashion was unbelievable. Her sense of having people at home and everything being so perfect, and the door was open at all time. And through her career, ups and downs as we all had, she was in between two challenges one day, and that's my anecdote of the day. I said, Lynn, come to Hong Kong. By the time I had stopped doing my label and I was in a partnership in Hong Kong, I said, things happen in Hong Kong. You don't know. Jump on a plane and come. She was 60 years old then. She got on a plane, first class ticket. I arrived in Hong Kong and I had to leave, so she arrived there alone. But in the first class ticket, she had to be dressed the part, wearing over the knee Chanel boots with a choker that was about 6 inch high. She never removed any of this during the 14 hours flight. And when she arrived in Hong Kong, we needed 2 Chinese girls to remove the boots from her. But that was it was the look, it was the class at all costs, So really fond memory. I was really lucky to spend a week or two with her before she left us. But from what I've seen of her, I'm so glad that she's finally in peace and not in pain. I think she deserved better. She deserved the dignity. She had it all her life, and I think that's how we want to remember her. And thank you for my career. I owe it to you.
Anybody else like to share?
My name's Sheila. I live in Colorado. Lynn used to come down the way. She used to come up regularly and spend summers with me. Okay. And I met Lynn 3 weeks after I came home from Vancouver, having dealt with my mother passing. I was a little exhausted, to say the least, and a little lost. But then I met Lynn at a dinner party. She seemed to meet a lot of people there, different places. She took a liking, I guess, and she and Donnie took me under their wing. And I have to say, if you ever have to recover from a tough time and exhaustion, those two will put the joy into your life, make you laugh, have adventures. But all I know, excuse me, all I know is that all of us here and so many others truly feel blessed, and that Lynn saw us, cared about us, and we were very lucky people to have that energy in our life. Personally, I still can't believe she's gone, because she kept, with all of her strength and willpower, coming back from whatever it was she had to deal with. I just feel like the world's not quite as bright as it used to be. So Lynn, we send her love, but you're going to be with us all the time. Actually, I was thinking she was haunting me the other night, but I'm sure more of that will come. Love you, Lynn.
Yeah.
My name is Evan Yates. I know Lynn. I first met Lynn in Vancouver in the late 70s. And to tell you what kind of person Lynn was, she came back to Vancouver to look after her dad Max, who was very sick. And I guess she left Toronto and came to Vancouver, not knowing many people. And I was very fortunate. I was lucky enough to get introduced to her. I don't remember who did it, but I was in the clothing business in Vancouver. I was 24, 25 years old, and she came to our office looking for a work. And she said, I'm here to look after my dad and get a store where she's going to manage the vanity hosiery way back in the 70s. And that is many, many years ago, and I didn't know how lucky I was, because she and I spent 2 years traveling Western Canada, going to Edmonton, going to Calgary, working in Vancouver. And she took me under her wing, and she taught me so much. And it was invaluable, because I learned not only her professionalism, but I learned her kindness, I learned her generosity, and I learned just how to do the right thing, whether you're in business or whether you're talking to a friend. And we kept this relationship going. I stayed in Vancouver. She moved to Toronto to work still in the fashion, and we connected again at Jones, New York. And she was with Jones, New York, and I was with Jones, New York in Vancouver. Again, I was fortunate, because I got to talk to her every day. And it kept evolving to the point where Lynn and I moved to Toronto 5 years ago, and there wouldn't be a week that goes by that I didn't talk to her about something. Most of the time it was business, and she would always ask, how are my daughters, how are my grandchildren, how's my wife? She never missed anybody. That's what kind of person Lynn was. She thought of everybody first, and then her second. So I got to see Lynn not that long ago, and my heart was broken to see her, but like was mentioned, she's resting now, she's at peace, and I've loved you for many, many years.
Anybody else would like to share something? I want to ask a favor from everybody of two things. The first thing is, during the next few months, next few weeks, when you talk to Lisa and you talk to the family, talk about Lynn. Share stories, because that's what she wants, and that's what she needs. And the second thing I'd like everybody to do in the next few days is, when you have a little bit of downtime, is to go onto the Steeles Memorial website, steeles.org, and have a look at the tributes that were left for Lynn. And I just want to read a few of them that describes, and really I want to thank everybody for sharing. You know, you shared such loving words. We have an expression in Hebrew that we say, milim me'alev, words from the heart, emanate from the heart. Lynn was described as elegant, an icon of the world of fashion, as so many of you have mentioned, sophisticated, classy, generous, always had a smiling face. Someone referred to her as the Queen, a beautiful woman in and out, and as somebody mentioned, a dear friend to so many. We say the words, Tiei nishmatot tzoro b'tzorach chayim. We pray that Lynn's dear soul be bound up in the bond of life eternal. May she forever rest in peace. And let us say, Amen. Mizmor leDavid, Adonai roi lo yechsar, binodei sheyar bitzeni al menuchot yinahaleni. Nafshi yeshove v'yancheni b'maglei tzedek leman shemo. Gam ki elech beigeit salmovet, lo irara ki ata imadi, shiftecha umishantecha, heima yenachamoni. Taroch lefanai shulchan neged sorerai, dishanta v'shemen roshi koserevaya. Ach tov v'chesed yirdifuni kol yemei chayai, v'shafti beveit Adonai leorech yamim. Al mekamo tava b'shalom. We pray that Lynn's resting place be one of peace. Family, friends, in just a moment, we're going to invite anybody that would like to participate in possibly one of the most important mitzvot, one of the most important commandments that we can do in our tradition. And that's the mitzvah that's given its own name, the commandment of chesed shel emet, the commandment of burial. And one might ask, why is this considered such an important commandment, to take the shovel and to put earth into the ground? And it's really just for the simple and obvious reason that this is something that we can do for a loved one. This is something that we can do for Lynn that can never be repaid. So we have shovels on either side. If any of you want to make your way over to the other side of the mound, please take the shovel, put a few shovels of earth into the ground, after which we can conclude the service with a recitation of the mourner's Kaddish. Yeah, if anybody would like, please, you can come on either side. Let's grab two of the shovels, stand it on that side.
Ночью вообще бизнес. А вот это веб-сайты какие-то. And then she's gonna come
back.
back.
Family, friends, I'd like to recite the memorial prayer for the life of Lynn, after which we'll conclude with the recitation of the Mourner's Kaddish, a prayer of affirmation of faith in our God, in our family, and in our community. The memorial prayer for Lynn.
המצאי מנוחה נכונה על כנפי השכינה במעלון קדושים מתונים כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים את נשמת ליבי יהודית בת מרדכי שילך לעולמו בגן עדן תהיה מנוחתו אנו ברחמים הסתיריה בסתר כנופךו לעולמים וצרור מצרור החיים את נשמתו אדוני נחלתו ותנוח בשלום על משכבו ונאמר Amen.
Exalted, compassionate God, grant infinite rest in your sheltering presence among the holy and the pure to the soul of Lynn Janice Boyer, who has gone to her eternal home. Merciful One, we ask that our loved one find perfect peace in your eternal embrace. Tiyei nishmatot zerobet zorachayim. We pray that her dear soul be bound up in the bond of life eternal. May she forever rest in peace. And let us say together, Amen. I'd like to conclude with the recitation of the Mourner's Kaddish together. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah be'alma divra chirutei ve'yamlich malchutei b'chayei chon uve'yomei chon uve'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam ololmei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shemei dikudsha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru Amen. Yehei shelama Rabbah min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Family, friends, if I could make a pathway here, please, just exiting the cemetery. I'm going to ask the mourners to walk through the pathway. If I can have people from down here. Two single file lines, please, facing each other. And I'm going to ask the family to walk through. We offer the words of consolation. We offer the words of consolation to the family. We say the words, Hamakom yenachem etchem betoch she'ar avelei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. We pray that God, your friends, your family, comfort you amongst the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. Thank you, everybody, for attending. The family invite you back. Lisa, the address?
50 Prince Arthur Avenue. It's by St. George subway station.
50 Prince Arthur Avenue.
Apartment 1503.
1503 is the apartment number. And the building number is number 50?
Yes.
50 Prince Arthur. And I know that the family would encourage everybody to please come back with them. I know the family would like to thank everybody for attending, for sharing your lovely, warm and loving words, and my sincere condolences to the family.